Welcome to the Create with Katrina Julia show by Fit Life Creation, where we talk all the things on wellness, faith, marketing, business, and travel to create a life and business you love. I've been there, friend. I've walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and bondage to freedom, along with transformation in every area of my life. I'm right here with you, walking along on my own path to creating. So tune in so that you learn how to create a life and business you love, hands-on. Let's create it. Welcome back to the show. If you're anything like me, likely you are always curious about new tips, tools, and tech to create it like a boss, a life and business you love. And if you haven't yet, definitely check out my blog post via the link in bio on 75 plus tools to create a life and business you love, and the binge-worthy series on the show. So this episode, I'm diving into ChatGPT and an incredible mastermind opportunity that I am attending on Monday the 17th and on Tuesday the 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern or 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific. And the virtual workshop that I'm attending is called How to Use ChatGPT and Launch Six-Figure Workshops. So you may be curious about AI, whether it's on blogs, whether it's on chat, whether it's on DMs, on your website, or to launch six-figure workshops, which is this specific mastermind. And I ran across this incredible opportunity through Tamara Andres, who I was just on her podcast this past week, where we talk faith, creating, connection, friendship, community, scripture, all the things. And so I found out about this ChatGPT workshop via her announcements and her website and her platform. So it immediately aligned. And from a ChatGPT standpoint, I've already implemented it on my Instagram via DMs, and I'm tweaking and testing a number of things from people that initially engage with me to then connect again in DMs, and just tracking all the analytics and the results. And one of the things, if you tuned into one of my latest episodes right before this one, is also connecting on workshops, both in Atlanta again, and on my retreats with content creation, as well as with transform and travel retreats coming up across Ecuador, Nicaragua, and other destinations as well. So when I found out about this workshop, how to use ChatGPT and launch six-figure workshops, it immediately aligned. Now, why do you care? You're like, Katrina, okay, great. That's so great. I love it. It's great. So you care, friends, because I was given an opportunity to invite a guest to sit in on the mastermind alongside me so that you learn how to use ChatGPT and launch six-figure workshops for free during the 2-day workshop for 3 hours both days. That's 6 hours of focused mastermind on ChatGPT, you being ahead of the curve, and so much more. So the link is in my show notes, and it's right next to the Create It Like a Boss link. It's https://smartbusiness.events/VIP friend-pass if you're writing it down. It's a free guest pass, friends. You will, just full disclaimer, you will need to have a quick 10 to 15 minute call with their team so that they screen you and you commit to showing up, and they get post-event testimonials and feedback from you, whether that's Anthony or someone else from their team. And let me play a quick excerpt and video from the page that you'll see, later on if you sign up, and or you'll see it, when you click from your computer later on, depending on when you're listening to this, how you're listening, whether it's, Audible, Google Play, iTunes, all the things. So that way it's familiar for you. And let me play this segment. So in the link on the workshop, Anthony gives a brief intro on the details. I was going to play it for you guys, but this week I am working from my phone because my Apple, that's about 1.5 years old, had some screen issues. So we got to ship it to Apple. Luckily, it's back on the way. And on the phone, the podcast app does not let me record and upload a video. Hashtag first world problems. So this is entrepreneurship in real life. And he talks about how it's the workshop is 2 days and you have the screening call with the team. I personally did my screening call with Lorene, and I can attest to the fact of exactly what he says. It is not a sales call. It is 100% asking you questions about your business, about what you do, about how you sell. Do you sell B2B? Do you sell, meaning business to business? Do you sell business to consumer? Have you used ChatGPT? Have you run workshops? There was absolutely no sales involved, super high vibe. I mean, it's high vibe anyway, even when there is sales involved. So I don't want you to think that, or it can be, obviously, depending on the person in the community, but there was no request. It was simply questions about the business, connecting, and then if you will be able to do a call after the fact to give feedback, and you are actually enrolled with some of their students. So you are able to sit alongside some of the students that are going through the Mastermind GPT, generating sales of 6 figures for workshops and whatnot for free. So much value. I already have confirmed both of my calendar invites for next Monday and Tuesday. Again, it's the 17th and 18th. And I also have invites for the subsequent testimonial call. So if you end up scheduling, make sure you say Katrina sent you, so that they know where the lead is coming from, where the directive is coming from. And I am sharing this with Lorene and the team as well. So that way they can share the podcast however they desire, and tagging on IG and all the things. And if this is your first time tuning into the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. And as always, as I always say, create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to. I am so excited and honored to partner with Spotify for podcasters. Ever since I connected with Spotify for podcasters, I feel like having options like video podcasts and Q&A and polls has helped me be creative on a whole new level. And if you didn't know, I want to thank all of you for listening, because last year we reached top 100 in marketing. And some of the ways this was able to happen is because of the ability to have distribution on platforms like iTunes, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Stitcher, and more. Basically everywhere and anywhere podcasts are in the world. I highly recommend you record your show on Spotify for podcasters. You can download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. If you want to make a podcast, Spotify's got this incredible platform to help you make one super easily and distribute it everywhere and anywhere, and even earn money all in one place for free. Yes, for free with Spotify for podcasters. And here is how it works at a glance. You can record and edit your podcast and your shows right from your phone or your computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you get to start creating it today, or like I like to say, #create it. Then you get to distribute it to Spotify and everywhere and anywhere podcasts are heard in the world. Video podcasts are also available. Plus, make sure you check out the different features that I mentioned earlier to get your fans, your friends, and your besties engaging in your show, like the Q&A and the polls, to get people talking. And one tip, I've extended several of my podcasts out to the end of the year, because that way you get people a chance to connect and create it. So, share with me if you record your first and or your next show with Spotify for Podcasters. I would love to know. Tag me at Katrina Julia Fit, at Fit Life Creation. And speaking of connecting and creating a conversation, also leave a review on my show with your new show, and I will make sure and shout out your show as well. And definitely check out all the ways that I spotlight and feature and connect with creators on my show and collaborations as well. So let's create it. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel, so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.